Itching to streamline your coaching business with automations in GoHighlevel? What do you need to do to get your sub-account set up? Getting set up can be a challenge when you don't know where to start. In this video, I'll show you how to fully set up your sub-account and prepare everything you need to automate your coaching business. By the end, you'll be all set up and ready to jump into lead generation, scheduling, and total automation. I'm Nick, and this is video 3 of my 10-part series on how to automate your coaching business using GoHighlevel. If you want to build along with me, grab your 30-day free trial by clicking the affiliate link down below. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, as always. So today we're looking at setting up your sub-account in HighLevel. So this is everything you need to do to get set up, ready to go, start generating leads, start converting clients, taking calls, doing sessions, all of that, sending out email automations, everything you can think of. We're going to get all of this set up and ready to go. So everything's going to be primed. Then we can move into other lessons where we start actually building those things. So let's get into it. Sub-account setup. Let's start. So here's what we're going to cover. Initial setup. So all the basics that you need, like filling in your company details, all of that. Then some custom branding. So getting your logo, getting your brand colors sorted out for any funnels or websites that we build. Domain setup. We need to integrate your website. This would be for emails as well as funnels, links, anything like that. And some external integrations. So we're looking at bringing in social media, Zoom, that sort of stuff. We'll get there when we get there. And importing contacts. So if you have an existing contact list on a different platform like MailChimp, HubSpot, whatever it may be, we're going to import all of those over here into HighLevel. Okay, but before we start, follow me on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn for more exclusive content, more videos like this, tips around high-level automation, client journey mapping. And share this course. Sharing is caring. Let your friends know about this course and community, assuming that it would help them, of course. Don't just tell random people, or do if you're that excited about it. Quick warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. I say that a lot, but if you miss this one, there could be problems further down the road when you're trying to implement your automations, trying to get things all set up and ready to go. So this is really the core. This is the skeleton. Or the brain of the business. So pro tip, watch this video in 2x speed, cut your time in half, and hopefully you'll be able to pick it all up. So goals and outcomes for today. So intended outcomes, setup complete. You'll have a fully personalized GoHighlevel sub-account ready to manage clients. And integrations finalized. So you'll have email, calendars, domain, Zoom, and your socials integrated. And your contacts imported. So your existing email list will be imported into HighLevel. So at the end of this lesson, you should have absolutely everything you need to get started, to get ready to go. So initial setup, let's get into it. All right, so the first thing we need to do is enter your business name, ensure it's correctly entered. This will appear on client communications. So we'll jump into HighLevel. We'll be going back and forth here between this presentation and HighLevel. To make sure we're getting everything done and covering everything. All right, so this is the HighLevel agency account. Now you might go straight to the dashboard, especially if you're in my paid community. But if you've purchased HighLevel directly or through my affiliate link, which is down below, you'll see the agency dashboard first. And in the previous lesson, we covered how to set this up. It's not required if you're in the paid community and you're just direct on the sub account. So from here, what we want to do is I'm going to create a new sub account to start from scratch. So let's have a look at that. First, we'll go into sub accounts here and we'll add a new one for all of you that are on the agency level. So we'll add one. We're going to use a blank snapshot. So we'll just select. Now from here, you can, if your business is listed on Google, you can search for it. So I think, am I in here? Oh, no, we can find all sorts of stuff. So you can see all the business names here. Maybe it's because I'm not in New York that it hasn't found me. Or you can just search for an address. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, why not? Baxter Street. I want to pick something in Australia. What was I on? Yeah, let's go for this one. Yeah, so you can just put your address in and then click Add Account. We can go with that. And then just click Save. So it's a little quicker there to put in your address and then start to fill in the details. So let's go with this. Why not? We're already here. The other thing you could do is just click add account manually. So I'm going to do my first name is Tester, Testerson. I'm going to put in a real email address here just in case it sends me something. My business name is not 123 Boundary Road. It's Testerson's Testing. He does UAT. I'm going to turn this into that's not how you spell that. Okay, so I'm just going to change this to a little bit of nothing just in case. But yeah, we want to have your business name, your street address, city, country, your niche is nice to have. So assume you'll be a coach. Yeah, so let's say it's a coaching center. You can always change this later. It's easier, I think once you're in there, you can actually search for it properly. And it's not super important. You can see it's optional there. Phone number, I'm going to put in a fake phone number for this. Put in your real phone number because it will send you messages. Enter your website. And include your time zone. So whatever that might be. So we've set this as Queensland, so we might as well do a Queensland time zone. Where is it? It's skipping around a lot here. There we go, Brisbane. All right, and then we'll just click save. So this will set up the account from the agency level. Now, some of this might not have been available to you because you're just on the sub-account level, but that's fine. We'll go through as well once we're in there how to input this information there because we're going to check over it and make sure it's all right. So we will switch to sub-account here. All right. There we go. So we're looking at the dashboard here. So from the dashboard, there's a couple of ways that you can go. You can go to the Launchpad and start from there, start integrating things. But what we want to do instead is go to Settings, and Business Profile should be the first thing that comes up. So this is the same as what we were just looking at. You can see a lot of this has come through, and we'll go through this quickly. So yeah, we've got the physical address over here, time zone. So you'd be filling all this in here. Now, we've got the friendly business name, the legal business name here, as is registered under your VAT number, ABN, EIN, whatever it is in your country. But yeah, we'll put in a legal business name there. Let's pretend that, what was his name? Okay, so that's the legal business name. Email address, so let's put one in here. So we'll go with test@testontesting.com. All right, so that's set up, and I've got a business website here. I've just put my own in, or the one that I'm about to buy. We'll get to that in a second. But here we go, phone number. All right, all this is set up. Branded domain, we're not gonna look at this right now, but we just want the basic details here. Now I have gotten ahead of myself a little bit, so let's just go back to the presentation quickly. So let's go here. So we've put in the business name, we've verified contact information, so email address, phone number, business address. That's all good. Time zone and currency. Now we've put in the time zone, we haven't put in the currency yet. So let's just have a look at that quickly. On to the next step. As long as we have the time zone set up, that will ensure accurate scheduling. Currency might be when we get into the Stripe integration. Let's have a look. Okay, so company profile. So we want to complete your company profile with a brief description of your business. So that is here in the business information. So we would put in what type of business you are. So most likely sole proprietorship or limited liability company. Sort of depends on where you're at. Industry, so you can pick this out here. So whatever makes sense for you. Let's have a look. Maybe it's online. I believe there was one in here for coaching, but I can't seem to find it. Yeah, let's just go with online. Your registration ID. So we've got a couple of different options here. So yeah, employer identification number, Canadian corporation number, whatever it is. I'm in Australia, so it's an ACN. And then you enter that here, or you just tick my business is not registered. And then I'm going to do that now. Where are you operating? So for me, USA and Canada, Europe. I'm not really dealing with anyone in Africa, Asia, or Latin America at this point. So yeah, just update that as you see fit. So we'll update that information. Let's go back. And then we just want to go to user roles and permissions. So we want to review and assign any necessary user roles, if applicable, for team members who will be using the sub account. So if it's just you, that's fine. You don't need to do anything. You should have full access already. But if there's anyone you want to add, you would go into My Staff. Now right now there's no users, so I should probably add someone in. I forgot to do what I tell everyone to do from the agency level and make sure that someone is in there. Okay, so once a person is saved, we'd go into roles and permissions, and here we can adjust what access they have. So if they're an admin, they have everything. If they're a user, we can have a look at whether they're only able to see client records that are assigned to them. And we can go through the account settings here to see what they can and can't look at. So this is up to you. It really depends. But we can take it from here. So let's say maybe they're a salesperson. We don't necessarily need them to play with automations. We could turn that off. Or we can turn it on so that they can view them, but they can't manage them. They can't change them, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm going to leave this as everything for me. Blogs, calendars, certificates, whatever it might be, you can go through and figure this out as you go. It really depends on the type of person that you're bringing on. Or if you're flying solo like me, just do it all. You've got access to everything. Okay. Now before we get into custom branding, there's just something else I want to go over quickly. And that's all this information down here. So, general. Do we want to allow duplicate opportunity? Probably not. It depends if you have multiple opportunities for one person. We can look at that a bit later. Merge Facebook contacts by name. Disable contact time zone. I would probably leave all this alone. Bot detection might be a good one to have. Marking emails as invalid due to a hard bounce. So that just means that when an email goes out and the email address is wrong, it would mark the contact email as invalid. So that's a useful one to have. Validate phone numbers when the first SMS is sent, and verify email address when the first email is sent. Now these do cost a little bit extra, but it's not much. So I think it's worth having. Make SMS compliant by adding an opt-out message. So we definitely want to have this. We can customize it. So we can change that to, say, a different word. It has to be one of the following. I like to change it from stop to end, or something like that. It makes it it's a little bit easier, and it doesn't trigger stop. Sometimes triggers some spam filters when someone replies to that. So yeah, I like to leave that as end. And we have compliant by adding sender information, and we have the email compliant by adding an unsubscribe link. So this is all handled here. We've also got contact deduplication preferences. So do we want to allow duplicate contacts? Yes or no? We can have it in there. We can just manually fix them as they come up. But as the default setting, it won't allow duplicates, and it will deduplicate based on their email address and then their phone number. And then last, we've got a mixed text callback here. Depends if you have the phone set up. The way that we're going through this setup at the moment, we're not going to be integrating a phone number just yet. We're only focusing on funnels, emails, that sort of thing for our automation. We'll look at setting up phone numbers in the next course. But right now, this is set up so that when we get to that point, when we do start setting up phone numbers and SMS, if someone tries to call in and you don't answer, it'll send them a text message, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's go to the next step, which was branding. Yes, custom branding, yes. So we want to add our branding. So we want to upload our business logo, set our brand colors, and personalize the sub-account dashboard. Now we don't really need to do this last part, But let's do the first part. So first place we can upload a logo is here. We just click on upload and we find one on here. So let's go with this. That's my Automation for Coaches community. Now the recommended size is this, so it's a bit different to what I've just put together. But yeah, 350px by 180px is the best way to go here. And then we want to do, there's a new cool feature called a brand board. I'm just going to save that, update that. All right, brand board. So you can create a brand board, and this just makes it really easy to include your brand colors, include your logo, all of that when we start building funnels and websites. So we can start from blank, or we can choose something that we like the look of. I might go with coffee, yes. All right, so I'm going to start with that. So we have a setup here. We've got a logo. So you can upload your logos here. So upload logo 1. And we go into brand boards, coffee. So you can see this is, we're in the media library right now. So this is automatically there, and we would upload a file here. So let's upload that same one. Just behind me here, it's coming through. All right, so we've got that there. So that's in there. If we go back, oh no, I needed to select it. Still figuring out these brand boards, they're new. All right, that's logo number 1 and logo number 2. Let's do that again. Let's upload another file. I don't have it here. Let's just do this. It's not really a logo, but we will put it in anyway. All right, and then we've got our colors here, so we can change those over here. We can decide on what we want, so up to 10 colors. At least 2 colors are required. It just makes it really easy to pick these. So this will be our default settings whenever we create something. I'm going to leave them as is. You know what, we'll add one in. So I want to change this. We can put in a hex code, or we can just scroll around and find something that we like. Yeah, a nice green. Why not? Okay, I'm just going to change the name to green. And then finally, we have typography. So this is where we can pick our font. So we can add in another font, or we can just adjust the ones that are already here. So, oh, it's not there. So we can go with Roboto, maybe Poppins, and Fat Face. Yeah, so we can see down here, this is showing us what it all looks like. All right, so I'm going to save that board. So in the future, when I go to create templates, create funnels and websites, these will all be readily available to me, and it should make for an interesting look. Okay. So that is set up. So favicon and logo. So while optional, adding a favicon and a large logo can make the SubAccount look more professional. I would definitely recommend a favicon. So what we're going to do, it's not on the brand board itself, I don't believe, but we can go into the media storage and we can just upload here. So we can go new, upload file, and I'll use this as my favicon. Actually, do I have one here? Yeah, so we want a tiny little favicon. So we'll see when this comes through. It's very small, and it is just this section here. So that little globe there, you can see we've got an Apple one here and LinkedIn. So those are the favicons. Otherwise, it will just be blank or a globe. So we want your branding on your website, on your funnels, on your calendars. So that is there now. Okay. So moving right along. All right, so this will give you a consistent look. It'll ensure all client-facing materials reflect your brand for a seamless experience. So it's a little thing, but it's important to just make sure everything looks the same. People don't get confused. People know when they're on your website that they're dealing with you. And that's, again, website, funnel, whatever we're looking at, the calendar widgets. So if we put it in here now, that's very easy to set up later. Okay, so domain setup. All right, so DNS records. So DNS setup. So we need to set up A records and CNAME records via your domain provider, such as Cloudflare, to connect your domain to GoHighlevel. So we'd want Cloudflare is the best way to go. I highly recommend, even if you've got a domain already, move the name servers over to Cloudflare. It makes it so much easier. So I'll show you quickly. I might just do a little side quest here. I'm going to go to Cloudflare. And I'm going to log in and I'm going to buy a domain. All right, here we are. So I'm just going to add a domain. And I'm going to register a new domain. All right, so that's what I'm looking for. Here, it's there, it's available. So I'm going to buy that right now. Might do 5 years. Okay, I'm going to fill in some details here. Okay, we're back. I just bought a domain. Now we're going to set this up really quick. So manage domain. All right, so it's already set up here. Let's look at the DNS configuration. All right, so there's nothing here. We've got our name servers, which is all set, but I've just bought it as a brand new thing. It's saying do all this, do all that. I'm not going to do any of this because HighLevel integrates directly. So anything I want to set up can come straight through from HighLevel here. So let's get it happening. We'll go to settings. We'll go to domains. And I'm going to connect a domain. All right, so we just put our website in here. Okay, we'll hit connect. Now I also want to add www. Now if I go to add record manually, what I would have to do is take this information and push that through on here, add that in. But because I'm using Cloudflare, I don't need to do that. All I have to do is hit continue. And it will set it up for me. All right, my domain provider is Cloudflare. What records will be added? This, cool, authorize. I'm going to authorize that. And we're set up. So it took a little while there. It took about 30 seconds, much easier than doing it yourself. And then we can have a look at linking the domain with a funnel and setting a default 404 error page. Now, right now, there's nothing here because we haven't built a funnel yet, but we've linked our domain. So I'm just going to click proceed to finish. So there we go. We have that there. And we'd want to set up URL redirects. We'll do that now. So we've got it here. So that's all set up. So anything where it's www and they go to any path on that, it will take it back to the home page. So anything that's not right, essentially. Let's just have a look. Let's see what's there. It should be nothing. Yeah, 404 page not found because nothing exists. We'll come back to this later and have a look at it, but that's all good. And we can see in Cloudflare, if we refresh, those DNS settings should be in there. Yeah, so those have come through automatically. So that's all set. Redirects, we might look at this a bit later where we add it through to a page because there's no page for us to redirect to just yet. Okay. All right, SSL certificates. So this is something you'd have to purchase through your domain provider. Enable that. HighLevel automatically detects it and secures your domain. Highly recommend, highly recommend. Also, something to mention, I'll include a link to a video on how to migrate over to Cloudflare if you're not on there already, but you have an existing website. So you just need to migrate the name servers over for all of this to work. You can still purchase through your GoDaddy, Namecheap, whatever it is that you're using for that domain. Okay, so moving on to the next step, external integrations. Now I won't be able to show too much of this here, like actually do it, but let's give it a try. All right, so email setup. This is a good one. So we'll set up lead connector email to use directly within HighLevel. So let's jump into it. So we've got on here, settings, email services. Now, as it comes through, we get this important notification to boost your delivery. So what this means, in short, we want to create a dedicated domain from your website so the emails are coming from you. Otherwise, they'll be coming from basic lead connector, or if you're in my paid community and you have a sub account through me, it'll be coming from this here. So you want emails to come from you, not from me, not from HighLevel in general. So we want to add in service there. So we'll click add service. No, we won't. We'll click dedicated domain. All right. And we will add a domain. And we're going to use a subdomain here. So I like to use mail. So we'll do mail.nickjgibson.com, and we will add and verify. All right, and again, because we're on Cloudflare here, I don't have to add all this information in manually. There's a lot this time. So we will just click verify records. And it has to think about it. Okay, so something went wrong there, which is great because we get to have a look at it from here. Things go wrong all the time. So we're back here at the dedicated domain. So if we go back to email services, let's go all the way back. All right, so we're here. We go back to dedicated domain and IP. And we'll see this is here, but it's not verified. The SSL is unknown. It's not working. So we'll click verify now. All right, so it's saying domain not verified. And I think what I forgot to do was click auto configure DNS. So we're just going to click on that and click continue. There we go. Now it's pushing it through. Yeah, we authorize again. Okay, so all of these records are going to be added. So we'll click authorize. All right, and that's all gone through. If we have a look here, we can see all of that information is on here, and we are ready to go. So I'll make a little adjustment here. So clicking on these three dots, I want to set the headers. So this is from Testerson, and the email will be test@mail, not ale. Okay. So we have a dedicated header now. Whenever an email gets sent out from that email address, it comes from here. Okay. So yeah, that's all set. So now any automated emails set up, any campaigns, any marketing emails will come from that email address, from that domain. So you'll still need to warm that up if that's brand new, but this is much better than relying on the domain that I've set up necessarily, or the basic domain from HighLevel. This is yours and yours alone, so no one else can ruin it for you. With the core domain, sometimes spammers use it. It lowers the deliverability, and deliverability is very important when we're doing email marketing. Okay. on to the next step. So we've got our email set up, calendar integration. So we want to sync your Google Calendars or another calendar to allow clients to book appointments directly. All right, so to connect a calendar, we need to go into My Profile. So that's just here. So we haven't seen this page yet, but you can see we've got an email two-way sync here. So we might just delete that and have a look at that in a minute. But for the calendar, we can connect that down here. So we can add new, and we can add our Google Calendar, Outlook, iCloud, Calendly. You don't really need that. And we can connect Zoom here as well. So we'd want to do whichever one you use, maybe Google. Just hit connect. And it will ask us to connect our Google account. So we haven't done this yet. Let's do it now. I was going to go through this launchpad later, but let's just sign in with a Google account. Okay, we will do that. Continue. So you can see it will access your Google Drive, calendar, all this good stuff. So we'll allow that. Also your Google Ads, if you have those. And any Google Analytics. So let's move back to my profile. Now that Google's connected and knows who I am. Okay, and you can see as we've done that, it's linked my Google Calendar here. Now we've got here a linked calendar and a conflict calendar. So what we can do with a linked calendar, we'll add that, and I'll just use my main calendar here. So that's set up. So I simply have to click save. So that just means you can see here system appointments and calendar events. It all syncs up and goes back and forth. So anyone that books through HighLevel, it will appear on your Google Calendar and vice versa. So anyone that books on your calendar directly, it comes through onto the system. And we've also got a conflict calendar here. So this prevents double bookings. So automatically you see that's been created there with my main email address. But if you want to add another calendar, so we can add in holidays in Australia. So I don't want to take calls on holidays. I actually don't mind. But if I want to do that, then any public holidays that are in the main Google Calendar there, it will block those off. So this is any other calendars that you might have that you want to integrate there, maybe your personal calendar. It will stop anyone from booking appointments at those times. All right, so that is that. That's the calendar integration. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Something else to cover quickly, which is the email two-way sync. So I turned this off before, but let's turn it back on. So you can integrate your email. So this two-way sync means that your email, it's going back and forth. So incoming and outgoing emails between the CRM and your personal account. So anything that you send or receive on your personal account will also come through on HighLevel and vice versa. Now, not everybody wants this because we don't always want all our emails, like especially if we're using our work email as personal email, if they're overlapping, we don't want everything that's being sent out recorded in HighLevel necessarily. So we can do this if we're fine with that. If it's business only, perfect. We just turn this on. The other way to do it is in the email services. So we've got here reply and forward settings. So this is actually how I use it. I use reply and forward settings. So what I do, we've got a forwarding address. So whenever someone sends something through to the email domain that I have set up, I put in my email address here. So we'll go nick@upinsights.com.au, hit enter, and that's saved. I have to click save down here. So this just means whenever anyone emails, like replies to one of my automated emails that comes from a different domain, it will forward that on to me here. We've got the BCC option here, which we don't necessarily need. But yeah, forwarding addresses cannot be the same as, can't use the same domain as your sending domain in order to prevent infinite loops. So you would, when we set up the domain for the emails, we want a different domain than your email if we're going to use this forwarding option. And reply to, so this is if you want people to reply back to your email directly. So you can have it here where that email address is just sending out from one domain, from one address, and any replies come back to a different one. I wouldn't necessarily recommend setting this up simply because reply conversations cannot be tracked and will not come to the conversation thread. And we want them in the conversation thread so that we can centralize and everything's really easy to manage. So we want to take payments, we want to get paid. We all want to get paid. So we need to set up a payment processor. So Stripe, PayPal, Square, there's others there as well. we want to set that up so we can invoice and receive payments seamlessly. So let's have a look at it. So right here, we will want to go to, it's in the payments tab. Not all the integrations are in the same place, so it can be a bit confusing, even for someone like me who spent over 1,000 hours on this platform. But we go to payments here on the left, and we go to integrations. And this is where we can see we've got Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net, NMI, not sure what that one is, manual payment methods, Square. If I click on more, there's quite a few here. They're adding more and more every day. Stripe is the easiest. I'll include a link on how to set up a Stripe account. There's a video there from YouTube, not one of mine, just one that I found that is quite easy to follow. And we would just click connect and then connect with Stripe. So if you have an existing account, it is pretty much as easy as that. You click connect, and then you have to decide which one you're going to connect. So you can create a new account directly from here, but you basically just click connect. Let's have a look. Let's see if it works. The only reason this wouldn't work is that I'm connected on another platform, but no, that's fine. That's it. I'm integrated. I can now take payments from HighLevel. Easy as that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, moving right along. Social media. So we can connect to your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X as it's now known, YouTube. So let's set that up. Now we'll go into, we can have a look at it from the dashboard here. From the Launchpad is where we want to go. So this is where you can connect. Just trying to connect my Google again. So you can go from here to click on Connect Facebook. This is where you can go in and connect everything pretty quickly. So I would say connect your Facebook. Don't worry about the web chat widget yet. We'll deal with that later. Connect your Stripe. Yext, you don't need it. WhatsApp, you can. WhatsApp is very expensive on here though, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. WordPress, if you like, adding team members. So this Launchpad's a good place to get started and get the mobile app as well. It's already installed for me, but click on that. It'll show you how to download it on your phone. So let's connect Facebook. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to marketing, and I'm going to connect from here. So we recommend connecting 2 to start. So let's go with Facebook. And we will say continue. And it will ask for a page. So you need to have a business page to connect here. You can't connect to your personal page. Professional account, I'm not sure. Maybe give it a try, let me know. But we'll just click on add. Okay, so that is connected now. And we can connect Instagram, we can connect LinkedIn. It's all as simple as, let's do my YouTube. So connect, continue, and connect. So easy as that, go through all of these. Now the reason we want these here, you can schedule posts through HighLevel, posts or videos to go out. But also it's very handy, once you're connected here on your Facebook and your Instagram, any DMs that you get from Facebook, from Instagram, will come through into the conversations here. It's very helpful to have everything all in one place. Okay, so that's set up. And we'll click Get Started here. So this is save time by scheduling posts. So we'll have a quick look at it. So we've got the social planner here. You can see what we've got connected. We can look at content, statistics, and we can do new post. So we'll create one. And I can go to a Facebook page, and I can even use AI to create a post. I can put in a follow-up comment, which is handy. So there's all sorts of things I can do from here. I'm not going to go into that right now. Okay, so that's all our socials integrated. Up next, Zoom integration or Google Meet to auto-generate video meeting links from calendar bookings. So this again is very easy to set up. We're going to go back to settings. We can do it through, let's look at calendars this time. Yeah, so we can see it here. So this is sort of the same. You can do it from my profile as well, but now that we're on calendars, we're looking at staff. So that's me. And we click on video conferencing, add new, and then just connect to Zoom. So you will need a Zoom account to set this up. Otherwise, you can just use Google Meet. So I'm not going to go through this right now, but you simply sign in with Google or with your email address and password, and that is connected and ready to go. So quick, easy. A lot of these integrations are very easy to use. And then the mobile apps I mentioned earlier. So download and install the Lead Connector app to access GHL on the go. Makes it very easy. If people are coming through, you can respond through the app to emails, SMS, Instagram, Facebook, any way that they contact you. Even if the chat widget's set up, if they're contacting you through there, it's very handy to have that app. And it is just in the Launchpad there. It shows you how to connect it. But if you just go into your Google Play Store or the Apple Store, wherever it is, just search for Lead Connector, like that, and you'll be able to find it very quickly. All right, importing contacts. So we want to prepare your contact list. So ensure it's in CSV format with essential fields like name, email, phone number, etc. So just export it from whatever platform you're currently using. I used MailerLite before this. Very easy, just get all of it together. I'll show you quickly what it looks like in MailerLite. So I have my list of contacts here. I'll just go to subscribers. And these are all fake email addresses. But all we want to do is toggle columns to pick what we want. And we can go across there and see we have like all of their address details. I wonder if it's easier to go this way. So yes, we want name, last name, company, country, city, phone, state, zip code, everything that you've got, everything that you do have. We also want any tags. If you have any existing tags, they're very useful to have. But yeah, all we want to do is actions export as CSV. So whatever platform you're in, there should be a functionality to export your contacts. So we then want to upload them. So we want to navigate to the Contacts tab in GoHighlevel, click on Import Contacts and upload your CSV file. So let's do that right now. We'll go to Contacts, and we will go to Import. All right, now we need to upload a file or drag and drop. So I'm just going to drag and drop this over. Okay, I'm going to click Next. And we can see here some of the information. We've got some errors here with the matching. So that's our next step, is to, during the import, map the CSV columns like name and email to the correct fields in GoHighlevel. So let's get into it. So we can see here, it's showing the first couple of records here. So subscriber is what it's called in the export that I did. We want to change that to email. Now we've got some other things here like send, open, click. We don't really need that. Location is Australia, that's the country. But down here, it's mapped country to country, and that's not really correct. There's no data in that field. So we're going to change it to location now maps to country. So this is what it is in the CSV, and this is where we want to put it in HighLevel. Now that says name, but we actually want that to be first name, last name to last name. I don't know why that's there, but that is the right field. And down here, we want tags. So even though it's showing end date here, this should be in groups. Something's gone wrong with the file. I don't know what, but that's okay. We want to change that to tags. And we don't want to import data from unmatched columns. So this quick action, this groups thing, that's fine. We're not worried about any of that. So let's just click next. All right. Import name, that's fine. We'll leave that as it is. Now, advanced, we can play around with this, but really we don't want to do anything. We'll add new and update existing contact records is the default. We can add tags to them if we like. We can add them straight to a workflow. We're not going to do any of that. Let's just click I confirm, and we will put them in. And that's complete. So let's go have a look at them. All right, so we see now we have all of our contacts in here, and we've got name, email, when they were created, which is right now, and then any tags that were already there. So that's absolutely perfect. So put that through. Anyone that you already have, we can bring them in and get them all set up. So your contact list is here and they're ready to be emailed. Okay. So yeah, tag and segment them. So use tags to segment your contacts, like lead clients, so that you can target the right people with emails and workflows. So that's what these tags are. They let us tell the difference between who's who, like how they came in, that sort of thing. What status they're at. Are they still a lead? Have they bought from you before? What did they buy? We'll go into tagging in more detail later. Confirm the import. So we've just done that. Once the import is complete, review the contacts and ensure everything is mapped correctly. If it's not, you can just delete them and try again. So live run through. We've already done that. We've been doing a live run through the whole time. When I initially set this up, I was going to go through the steps and then do the run through after. So a summary of what we've covered today. Initial setup. So setting up the sub account, putting all the details together so it's ready to go, like your business details, your domain, that sort of thing. Custom branding, getting your logo in there, your colors. Domain setup. So sorry, that wasn't up here. So we've integrated a domain so that you can build your funnels, build your website, and external integrations. So that's everything we just covered, from email setup to socials, Zoom, calendars, and importing contacts. So bringing in all your existing contacts, if you have them, to make sure that we can start emailing your list straight away and getting this working for you. So action steps. Number 1, take a moment. How are you feeling about all of this? Are you overwhelmed? Probably. I certainly know that I am. It's a lot, even for someone experienced like me. Setting up a sub account can be intimidating. You can do it. I'll have a list for you as well, a checklist of all the steps you need to take. But if you follow through this video, it will all be good. It will all be ready to go. So update your sub account details, review and update your business name, contact information, and time zone. Customize your branding. So upload your logo, set up your brand colors, and ensure your sub account reflects your business identity. So we want to make it really easy for when you're building things to have your colors, your fonts, your logos on hand. Set up your domain. So connect your domain through DNS settings to GoHighlevel and enable SSL for security. Set up the LC email. Follow the steps to set up the lead connector email for sending and receiving client emails. Integrate your tools, so your calendar, video, socials, payment processor, so you're ready to automate your client management. Import your contacts. So prepare your contact list, upload it in CSV format, map the fields and segment your clients with tags. If you don't have existing tags in there, you can sort of go through and add tags as you go. And reward yourself. This is a big job and you deserve to be rewarded for your efforts. This is probably one of the biggest things we will do, is setting up this sub account. But if you've gone through all these steps, if you've followed along, you are set. Everything is ready to go. And you should be happy about that. Congratulate yourself. Or I'll congratulate you. Well done. Quote of the day: before anything else, preparation is the key to success. That's Alexander Graham Bell. I've missed an L on his name there. Invented the telephone, of all things. This is all prep work that we're doing right now. It might not be fun, it might not be exciting, but we're building a tool here for you that you'll be able to use to run your business like nothing you've ever seen. It's so easy to use once it's all set up. We just have to put in the legwork first to get it all set up. So please leave a testimonial if you found this valuable. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And let's make it happen. It's up to you now. The ball is in your court. Start setting up. If you have any issues, let me know in the community and share your progress. All right. Talk to you soon. All right. So that's your sub account all set up. Next, we're going to build out your pipeline so you can track leads and clients as they move through your funnel. So you can click on that video here to get started with that, or you can go to the full playlist over here. And if you need extra help, you can join my free school community, Automation for Coaches, link down below. All right, see you soon.